Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done around the house. I just got ready this morning. I got myself together, put on a little bit of makeup, and realized my makeup brushes were pretty dirty. And I don't know the last time I washed them, so I got started by washing my makeup brushes right away after I finished doing my makeup. You'll see it's a very simple process. I just used my hand to kind of scrub the brush around a little bit, use some baby shampoo, and that is about it. Leave it on the edge of the sink there to dry. And because I'm doing this right after doing my makeup and early in the morning, it'll have plenty of time to dry before tomorrow morning when I would want to put makeup on again. Right after that, I quickly ran to Target for an order pickup. I honestly didn't even put shoes on. I just went there in my fuzzy socks. They threw everything in the trunk of my car and I came back to put all of the groceries away. While I was having my breakfast this morning really early, I did do some meal planning and a quick grocery order. So it takes less than 2 hours for Target typically to be ready for your order. This only took maybe just over an hour. So by the time I was finished getting ready, I could go run to the store and grab everything. And you'll see I'm just putting things away that belong in the pantry versus in the refrigerator and making space with all of the old groceries that I still had in there that were not used up from the last trip.
I turn my head around to see if the stalker is you, but all I see is rain.
I'm still really loving these bins that I keep fresh produce in because I can pull them out of the refrigerator and load up the refrigerator without having the doors open the entire time. It's also great for just pulling food out in general as I'm cooking or when I want a fresh piece of fruit, I can pull it out. Can't necessarily do that with every organizer, or if you over organize your fridge and you have tons of organizers stacked on top of one another, it makes it more difficult to do things like that. So keep that in mind if you're organizing your fridge. Simple is typically better when it comes to refrigerator organization. There was a deal on sparkling water and I couldn't help myself. I was having such a craving when I saw the apple cider, I think it's called. Maybe it's just like an apple Waterloo flavor. I bought it last fall. I really enjoyed it. I love apple cider and we do have some apple cider in the fridge. So I kind of spiked mine with a little bit of extra apple cider. So you'll see when I unload the apple cider flavor or apple flavor that I'm missing a couple of cans. That's because I went straight to having a few of them in my Stanley and added a little splash of apple cider just to up that flavor. And it's so delicious that way. You have to try it. You'll see we have lots of drinks in this fridge downstairs. We don't drink a lot of sparkling waters ourselves. We do some. I try not to because first of all, it's just expensive to drink sparkling waters, but also it's nice to have these here for guests.
I'm always one step behind, wishing I could read your mind, but I'm ready. Yeah, never ready. I wish I could have made it stop the first time that you stood me up. I wasn't ready. Yeah, never ready. Like a forbidden.
Even though I meal planned and did a grocery order earlier, I didn't write down on the menu what I'm going to be cooking for the next week. And that's really important for me to write down because sometimes I pick up all these groceries, don't necessarily write it down, and forget what the heck I'm going to make. So I'm going through the recipes that I had pulled out and writing it all down. This week there was a chicken orzo dish that I was going to make, a chicken lettuce cup, a shrimp po' boy. I had a chickpea salad that I wanted to make, a couple of side dishes that sounded fun, like these air fryer pickle chips that are in my binder there, as well as buffalo cauliflower was in there. In general, I just try and find a good variety of things and really excited about this week's menu. So I'm going to put that on the countertop and get to making the chickpea salad. This wasn't necessarily a meal that we were going to have, but a couple of the things that I was making felt like it needed a side dish or it could have a side dish. So I figured making this early now, I could pull out this chickpea salad to have with a few different meals, or I could eat it on its own for lunch. And because it doesn't have meat in it and it doesn't have anything that's going to spoil really quickly, it should last for a good part of the week.
Just what to do, but still I want all of you. Oh, please, just give my heart a break. It's more than I can take. First you say you love me and you promise you will change.
These type of quote-unquote salads are always pretty simple to make. It's just chopping a few different vegetables, making a really simple dressing. This dressing is Greek yogurt, some olive oil, as well as fresh dill, a little bit of salt, simple lemon juice, and then I'm going to get to mixing that up just a little bit and start chopping the remainder of the vegetables.
Do you ever wonder how I really feel? Every time you turn your back, I wish I was done with that. Many times I try to start all over. Oh, please, give my heart a break. More than I can take.
I cut this recipe in half because Jim isn't as big of a fan of side dishes in general, regardless of what they are, or these types of dishes. He'll eat it sometimes, but it usually ends up being me eating more of it. So I didn't want to have a whole bunch of it and feel obligated to eat everything, because this was more of just a nice to have dish like I was talking about. So instead of adding 2 cans of chickpeas, I added in just 1. I think the original recipe said half a red onion would be good. I'm just completely eyeballing all of this. A lot of the added ingredients, the chopped veggies, I didn't totally measure. The tomatoes I didn't measure. The bell pepper that I cut in there, didn't really overthink how much of that I was adding. And same with this cucumber that I'm gonna chop up. I just guesstimated how much sounded good there, and it kind of all worked out. Really hard to screw up a simple recipe like this. With everything added in, I'm going to mix it up. You'll see I'm gonna taste a quick bite there. Just make sure it tastes good, which it did. Add a top on and throw it in the fridge for later. Also in my Target pickup order today, I got a lamp for Owen's nursery. I originally got a table lamp and it was just not working out in here. The side table that I got was pretty small, and you'll see how many books are on there right now. It just gets overtaken with books, and Owen likes to reach for it. That wasn't working. I tried putting it on his dresser, and he's still in diapers, so he's up on his dresser on a changing pad a lot, and he was reaching for the table lamp, or when I had it above his head, I tried moving it towards where his feet are, and then he tried kicking it. It just was not working. And we do like having a lamp in here that we can dim or have a little remote control for when we're sitting with him in the chair and turn it off without having to get up and turn the room lights off. Also, it's just kind of nice decor and helps bring the room together. So I am going to probably return the table lamp that I got and wanted to see what a floor lamp would look like. I'm still not ready to share what this whole room looks like, so I'm giving you a very small angle here, but it's mostly like a black and white theme. I think I still need some artwork. I might add an artificial plant in the corner back behind me because that space is really empty. If you have any ideas of what to add there, let me know, because I don't think I want to add the lamp there. I think I want to add it on the other side of the chair, but I'm gonna keep playing around here and building this lamp. If you could tell, it took me a moment to get everything out of the box. When I went to pick up my order from Target, the guy was so nice. He was like, I just want to let you know that the box that this came in is extremely damaged And I feel like I could tell that this was something that somebody had taken home previously, like the box had been opened previously, but because it was so damaged on the outside, it was hard to get everything out. And I just wanted to make sure that I like it and that it works properly, nothing's bent and all of that before I decide to keep it. So I'm trying to keep all of the packaging, not rip things, and keep it as intact as possible until I have it fully set up. And Jim's seen it and we both decide that we like it. I also realized after filming this video, there was this little knob that you can adjust, and that knob is actually so you can raise and lower the lamp. I was thinking it's kind of short, but I'm gonna go back up there and play around with raising it a little bit now that I understand that. That was not something I understood about the lamp, was that it's adjustable. I knew you could kind of swivel it around a little bit, but it's also adjustable. So kind of a nice feature. And the lamp itself does have a dimmer on it, which is also really nice, but we do have a separate remote that you can plug in to the wall, and then there's a little remote that you can use. So I like using that so I don't have to reach over, but I'm just playing around with plugging it in over by the chair here, seeing what it looks like, and I kind of think I like it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. We'll see what Jim thinks and make a decision as the rest of the room comes together. You can see I still only have one curtain there. The other curtain is on its way, so it's a work in progress over here. Now I just need to clean up that mess, keeping the box, trying not to destroy all the packaging here, but it did leave some styrofoam parts on the floor. I need to grab my vacuum and vacuum that mess up before I grab Owen's laundry and get to folding that.
I'm too lonely to be doing my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two?
His laundry bin was so incredibly full because it's that point where we've been switching the weather a little bit, so there was some of the last short-sleeved and shorts that he was wearing. So after he finished up wearing those, then the weather got a little bit colder and he was able to start wearing pants and long-sleeve shirts. So we didn't run out of clothing for a really long time. And ever since Owen started going to daycare, I have just been washing his clothing whenever we need to. I used to have it on a schedule before we had a nanny. When I was on maternity leave, I used to wash his clothes every Monday and Thursday. And then we had a nanny and he wasn't spitting up as much, and it came to the point where we just had our nanny wash his clothing every Monday. Then once we switched to daycare and didn't have a nanny anymore, I was in charge of his laundry and just have been doing it whenever he needs it. And again, because of this switch, Andy's kind of moving up in sizes. He's had enough pajamas to make him through. And long story short, it's been a long time since I washed his clothing, and there were some additional new items of clothing. My mom was just here to visit and bought Owen a few new pieces of clothing, so that made the basket a little bit more full, and it was just a lot of laundry to fold. So I do what I always do when I do my laundry or Owen's laundry, and I sort everything first into categories, and then I start to fold or hang that way. I got all of his clothing that needs to be hung in a pile. It makes it so easy with all of these little baby socks to do it that way, so I'm not digging through trying to find socks. It also works for adult socks when you go through and sort all of your categories, because then you just have a pile of socks left and you can go through and fold the socks. But especially because we have so much laundry to go through, I'm not going to make you watch this whole folding adventure. I was here for quite a while folding laundry, but that's my own fault for not doing it for such a long time. But honestly, it was kind of nice to just sit down and take care of the laundry. I hope you enjoyed today's Sophisticated Saturday. I always have fun sharing them with you, but until next time, I will see you all later.